Testing one, two. Okay, I'm getting a signal that the audio is working, so I will continue to update you. So there's a lot of things I wanted to go over with that included showing my screen. I wanted to be able to show you at the website, our newly redesigned site. So we've you can simply visit because I can't share the screen with this streaming software now. You can visit encryptgen.com and notice that we've done a complete redesign since the beginning of the year. The old website was built on a model that was rather difficult to load. It had terrible load times. It was a WordPress template that had been reconfigured for quite a number of times, and that was simply terrible with load time. So we stripped it all down. We started all from scratch. Our our web engineer and phenomenal developer Paris was able to build a new site from scratch, and I'm really pleased with what he's been able to build. It's particularly nice looking. We've changed the logos. You'll notice it's a lot more streamlined and we think a lot more modern and updated. So I'm very happy with the new site, and it's really been getting the job done. So I wanted to show you our analytics. I'll post a picture later into this stream, into the comments section, and show you that the analytics are tremendous. We've now had about 15,000 visitors in just the past month to the website. So that's fantastic. That's a tremendous increase from our web impressions prior to the redesign. And the analytics from each of those visits are tremendous as well. People are staying longer. They are visiting the whole site more, and they're converting. So they're turning into users as well, creating profiles and uploading data. So all of that is tremendous progress, we think, and it fits in well with our overall strategy of driving web traffic, of increasing user base, and getting business on the Gene Chain. So I'll post again a snapshot of those analytics into the chat on this update since I can't share my screen using this streaming software. So I want to also discuss the wallet improvements. So everything is now fully functional. We have the ability in the wallet now to have you import either the ERC20 token or purchase what we call MDNA, which is the platform DNA using Bitcoin or Ethereum, as well as to take all of that out back to your ERC20 wallet or as ETH or BTC. So the platform is completely functional as a marketplace. We think we've made it easy for anybody who has some experience with Bitcoin or Ethereum to start to use it, to purchase data, and to be able to conduct business, which is what the point of the Gene Chain is. And business is indeed occurring. So there are more than 1,000 users now on the site, and there are about 700 data sets available, and people are buying them. So we've had more than 135 transactions so far of data, and the very purpose of the Gene Chain is being fulfilled every day. And we're driving that through our online marketing, and I have a couple of exciting developments to talk about that we think will further increase the traffic on the Gene Chain. So let me talk about one of them. One is a new partnership that was announced just the other day with Digifarm, which is an up-and-coming blockchain company in Europe. They're doing their own security token offering. But they have a real platform that is, I think, a solid basis for um, their stated goal, which is to increase transparency in the medical pricing world. So it's an exciting partnership. We're happy to work with them. We're eager to integrate our platforms in any way that helps to achieve those goals, along with our goals of improving the use of genomic data for your personalized health, and also for you to be able to profit. So that's one. Another is one I can't discuss yet the name of the company, but it's a U.S. based healthcare blockchain market, and our talks with them are moving along phenomenally. I'll be able to announce in the next month or so the nature of that partnership. But it's this is another up and coming. That one is a U.S. based company, and they have an excellent business model that we think is going to be good for all, with also a ready source of data to populate our platform coming with that. In that vein, I wanted to also note that we have a memorandum of understanding with a research consortium that we expect, again, to be able to announce in the next month or so. That research consortium intends to do a study on a group of 100,000 individuals over 30 months, and those individuals will be using the gene chain to store and monetize their genomic data. So that's a tremendous boost to us, because 100,000 is our 4-year goal, and we were set to achieve that through our ongoing marketing campaigns. But this is essentially 100,000 users for free that will add to our ongoing marketing to ordinary individuals, and increase that user base and commerce on the gene chain tremendously in the next few years. So just to put that in perspective, our modeling, based upon what we've seen on the gene chain and its traffic, has us profitable at about 30 to 50,000 users, assuming an escalating rate of transactions. So that would mean that we could accelerate that process and get to profitability much sooner. So we're excited about that. I'll keep you informed as that process moves ahead. But as I said, we have a signed MOU. We're moving forward on it, and doing whatever we can to make sure that research consortium can get its work done. Organically, we're growing the gene chain through our viral marketing, and that seems to be working. We're gaining users all the time. As I said, our website impressions are growing, and we're getting a fair amount of free press as well. So we continue to leverage the free press we get, as well as any of the conferences and other events that we attend to get the word out, to get people to know us. But they do know us. So anytime somebody talks about what's happening in the blockchain genomics world, we are one of the organizations that is talked about, and everybody seems to recognize now that we were the first, and also that we're now still the only one operating with a complete platform that's engaging in real commerce and enabling the transfer of value for the transfer of genomic data. So that organic growth is proceeding apace, and we're doing all we can every day to fine tune it, to help us to deliver better messaging, to get users onto the platform as easily as possible. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was our progress as a Microsoft startup. As you know, we are a Microsoft startup, and that means that we have to do a couple of things, and they do a couple of things for us if we do. One is that we're migrating services to Azure over time. Another is that we have to have something geared toward businesses. So a B2B product that can be listed in the Microsoft Store. Now, that's a tremendous advantage to us, of course, because the Microsoft Store is highly visible. And then we have the power of Microsoft behind us to help to market that. So we're working on that product. I'm not going to reveal the details of it. It will, we are certain, help to enhance our outreach and marketing to large groups of individuals to get their data on the gene chain. And our timetable is still in the next couple of months to complete that product and migration of services to Azure. So we'll keep you informed over time as that occurs, but that's highly exciting. Please understand that we don't want to reveal too much of the details of that in the meantime. So where do we stand in relation to the growing market for genomics on blockchains? It was about a year ago that a number of competitors started to emerge. Some of them have turned out to be very serious efforts. And we're excited to see the model that we had launched back in early of 2017 now take on a life of its own. There's still more companies coming that promise to enable the individual to get value from their data and to enable scientists to use that data. None of them still have the sort of market that we've created, where it's essentially a free market. We take a very small commission. Anybody can upload their data. Anybody can search and buy that data. We think that's a really important model for science and for individuals. It's liberating in the way that blockchains are supposed to be liberating. It's free and open the way that blockchains are supposed to be free and open, and it's tokenized. So we have a native token on our platform. A number of the competitors that sprang up last year have dropped the token model and adopted other models because of the uncertain regulatory climate in the U.S. We've stuck with it. We think that it's a winning model. We think it helps everybody. We believe in cryptocurrencies, and we believe that they should be available to everyone. So we'll see how it works out in the long run. We feel that our model is one of many viable models, and we're going to see who continues to be viable in the long run as well. But it's not zero sum either. So any of these models can exist simultaneously. We don't require users to exclusively use us. They can use all of the blockchains in the world if they want. As long as they also use us, we're going to be profiting as well, and we'll also be benefiting science. So we feel good about where we are. One of the reasons we got this invitation for this research consortium was because we're the only functioning market that allows scientists to actually buy data from users who can sell it and get value. So we're happy about where we are and how far we've come in the time we've had. A little bit about our status with fundraising. So we could continue to grow organically right now without selling any equity in the company. But it would certainly help to give us a boost if we were able to do that and to pour $1 or $1.5 million into a real marketing campaign to reach a mass market of people. This is a huge market. There's more than 12 million people who've been tested by direct-to-consumer genetic testing companies. And those people are able to all convert to current customers of our blockchain now. And that's the market we're reaching out for. And if the consumer testing companies have been able to reach those people, that helps our process, first of all, because we can use sophisticated online metrics to help to drive those users already to our platform, and that's what we're doing now. But on a grand scale, we could get 30,000 users in a year if we have that sort of investment. So we're still reaching out to investors, and we're listening to investors who reach out to us, who want to partake in equity, who want to buy shares in the company, in order to help see us reach those goals, in order to help to ramp up our marketing efforts. So that's a brief update on the VC status. I wanted to tell you a little bit about exchanges. As you know, Cryptopia was a major exchange for people who were buying tokens or selling tokens for use on the platform. Cryptopia has had an issue. They are out of business, apparently. They are in liquidation. And we're keeping an eye on what's going on with them. We understand that in the liquidation process, there should be eventually a return of tokens to individuals, assuming that they've paid off their debts to their creditors through the sale of other assets. I doubt that the DNA reserves on Cryptopia are going to pay their bills. And I'm hoping, as you are, that all of the DNA holders who were holding coins on the exchange are recompensed through the liquidation of Cryptopia. This is a good time to remind you, don't keep your tokens on an exchange unless you intend to sell them. If you buy them on an exchange, transfer them to your own wallet. I use a hardware wallet. I use Trezor. There are many other similar wallets available. You should explore which one you want to use. But do not keep them on an exchange unless you intend to sell them. Once you purchase them, move them into a wallet. Regarding exchanges, we continue to apply for listings on other exchanges. There are some decentralized exchanges out there that are listing us, that have created markets. I will update the list on our website of those. In the meantime, I'm spending at least an hour or two a day now applying for other exchanges, including those that will have sufficient volume to make sure our customers have the liquidity they need to do business with the Gene Chain. I'll keep you updated as it develops, but I am working very hard to get us listed. One of the holdups of that over time has been waiting for legal clarity. There has been recently some legal clarity about the status of utility tokens. We have recently gotten a letter as a result of that clarity from our attorneys that helps us to be able to make the case to exchanges to list us as a utility token, and we will continue to do that. So, what's next? Well, I'll be at a very large conference in Philly, the BIO conference, BIO 2019, which is in Philadelphia in early June. On a panel there all about Bitcoining your data, about being able to tokenize data and take control of it and sell it using blockchain. So I'm excited for that event. It's tremendous exposure. There's about 15,000 people that attend that conference, and already our session is starting to fill up. So I'll post an update from Philly when I'm there. Hopefully my streaming software works better when I do that. And finally, what's on the roadmap? So the Gene Chain is complete. It's doing business. We'll continue to do some small updates. We've recently released a small update. You can check it out by going to your my.encryptgen.com profile and noticing that there is now a section in there for surveys. You can create a survey and you can get a survey request. Now, this is really important because it gives greater flexibility to researchers. Researchers now who've purchased your data, if they are not satisfied with the questionnaire of data that you fill out as a standard user of the Gene Chain, can probe for more data. Anonymously, that data comes through. You should be sure they're not asking your name and number, but you can fill out their survey request, and very soon you'll be able to be paid for that as well. So we've released the first version of that, where you can where researchers can create follow-up surveys after they purchase your data. You can then fill out the survey and help them with their research. The second stage of that is coming, and that'll happen in the next 6 to 8 weeks, will be that you will be able also to be paid for filling out these surveys, because as you know, some people don't have an incentive to give more information unless they're getting paid. So that will be a part of it as well. So that's the next stage, really, on the general release, on the ongoing consumer-oriented platform that we've released, and that is growing already. And we'll continue to update with minor updates like that over time. We're getting feedback from researchers, which is helping us to guide those updates and releases. So we're grateful for that, and we're grateful to see that people are actually using the platform for research. The next stage, as I said, is that B2B product, our top secret B2B project. That is going to be released in 2-3 months. So that's the second stage of our roadmap. We have no further elements of the roadmap besides continuing to grow the user base, continuing to make sure that the token is widely available, and continuing to achieve the goals of our gene chain through strategic partnerships with other companies that have the same vision as we do. Again, I'm sorry about the low volume. I'm sorry about the strange start to the streaming. I'm going to have to see why my typical streaming software was not working. I'll post some screenshots of some of the features I've talked about in the comments section of this video. But in the meantime, if you have any further questions for me before I sign off, please let me know. Taking a look at the chat section, I see Raymond. Yeah, I see there's low volume. Again, I'm sorry for the glitches in our streaming today. Any further questions? I've covered a lot. So, brief rundown. Website totally redone and updated, released. Please check it out. The wallet has a new tool. It's a survey tool, and you can try that if you're a researcher. If you buy data, you can then follow up with a survey. There's also complete integration of the ERC20 token, Ethereum, and BTC in the wallet, all of which are, we think, important ways to enable people to access the site and to buy data, as well as to cash out to currencies that they can use more easily. Partnerships, the DigiFarm one I already announced. Another US company, health data marketplace platform. I'll talk about that as soon as we can release some public data about it, but that's pretty much a done deal, and it's just waiting until we can publicize it. The Research Consortium Memorandum of Understanding, that comes with 100,000 users over 30 months, and we're looking forward to starting that research project, and that doubles our stated goal of 100,000 users in 4 years organically, and gets us those users for free. User base is growing right now. Our website metrics are tremendous. We've got 15,000 visits this past month, and it continues to grow. Our B2B project, as part of our Microsoft startup status, is proceeding apace, and we'll be able to have that in 2 to 3 months. We feel comfortable about our situation vis-a-vis our competitors. We're still the only game in town when it comes to a functioning marketplace, and many models can exist simultaneously. It's not zero sum. We continue to try to raise money. It's not necessary for us to keep going, but it would certainly help us to boost our user base in a more rapid fashion than the organic growth we're seeing. I'm working on more exchanges now that Cryptopia is gone. I'm submitting 1 to 2 applications per day. It's a difficult process, but it's been helped by the legal clarity and our legal and our letter from our lawyers. I'll be at the Bio Conference in Philadelphia in June, talking about the gene chain That's a huge conference. I hope to see anybody in Philly who's there when I'm there. And the next couple months, we'll see further tweaks to the gene chain and continued improvements in our outreach. Thank you all for joining us for today's live update. My apologies for all the technical issues. I'll get to figure out what's wrong with our typical streaming software and make sure that works better next time. Thank you all.